Hi guys, and welcome to Angling For You. Today join me at Mushroom Ponds in South Milford, and we're fishing the short pole. There's three ponds at South Milford, and we're on the third of the three. We're just into the first fish, which looks like a nice little skimmer. Fishing nice and light, and we've got a simple rig up and simple feeding pattern for this time of year, and that's fishing micro pellets with corn or a little tiny soft pellet. And this is a lovely skimmer at start the session. Lovely skimmer there. We're talking a good £2 at least. This tiny little 18s drenning up just in the corner of the mouth. There we go. That's a beautiful stamper fish to start the day. Let's get him back in, and what we'll do is we'll get straight back out there and see if we can have another one, and then we'll go a little bit through the rig. So, just starting with, like I said, a mixture of corn or a soft pellet as the bait. Now we could go maggots or double maggots this time of year, but I'm after a little bit better stamp fish, and a short line and fishing a short pole can be really devastating even in this time of year. And we found about 4 foot of water. I followed out the marginal shelf, and we found a bit of flat water out there, and the further we go out it stays at the same depth, and when we're fishing at that same depth, that's when you want to start playing, putting your bait out. We're obviously feeding quite gently. We've done a very small pot of micro pellets, just plain soaked micros, and then we've got some micros in a small cad pot which we're putting in between fish, and I'm only feeding between fish. I think that's just really important this time of year, and fishing it at this length, you're enough away from the bank that it's not, with it being winter, the fish not tend to want to settle so close, but also you're not too far away that you're fishing a super long pole. That can be really dangerous on that short pole, and sometimes it gets overlooked. Now it is quite windy today, and that's one of the reasons why I decided on a short pole. With that wind coming across from right to left, it is quite fierce, and what we're wanting to do is effectively ambush those fish in that slightly deeper water. Like I've plumbed around way in front of me, and it's around 2 foot, then it slides away to close to 4 foot where I am now, and we want to target those fish in that cold water, in that deep water, because it's cold. Now you've got to think, a lot of the times this time of year, the carp, we might catch one today, they'll come on now and then, but you're really aiming for those bigger silverfish, and that's what we're targeting today, those bigger skimmers like you've just seen that. And we could use maggots, and we could go with the maggots, but I'm happier to just sit for a little bit longer and wait for those bigger fish and those bigger skimmers to come across rather than catching the smaller fish. If it was really difficult, then maybe I would go on to that. But to be honest, this is the first time I've ever fished this pond, and it's the first time and only the second time I've ever been to this venue. And it's again a great method to start out in front of you. Just spend that time with the pole, going around with a plummet to see what the depths are like, and find that deep water this time of year. And it's a good safe bet. Fishing micros and pellet and corn for me is one of the most universal baits when you go to a commercial fishery. They've seen pellets. Corn's a good bright bait this time of year. Pellets, if you're feeding micros, are quite low feed, but they draw fish in, and putting those small piles in can attract, obviously, like you see, those still decent fish. Guys, into another fish now. Quick bite, that one. Another skimmer. Not quite as big as that monster last time. Beautifully in the lip. Tiniest of little hooks these are. There we go. Another nice little skimmer. A bit smaller than the last one, but still welcome in this weather. What we'll do is we'll put this one back and we'll have a little look at the rig. Right guys, let's have a look at the rig. So, starting at the float, we've got a ProGen slim float, and this is with the wire stem, and it's really stable, and this is in a 0.3. We can take it right down to not fully the tip because we've got a bit of wind today, but it's just really good for detecting those bites. We've got 015 main line, which, to be honest, I wanted a slightly stiffer line that I can hold against the wind, and we've got a back shot which is about 8 inches behind the float itself, and that's a size 10. And then we've got a strung out bulk of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 number 9s down the line, and then we've got a number 10 dropper, which is around 6 inches from the uplink, and the uplink is around 12 inches, and that's 013 ProGen line. So nice simple rig. And going down this way, you've got a nice little small Preston cad pot on just to put out those micros, and a really light 8 hollow map elastic. So we do that so then obviously we can get those fishing without bumping any off. Let's have a look at the bait. So the bait's nice and simple, as you would imagine this time of year. Fish, these are Lindome micros, but any sort of general purpose micro pellets. All I've done is soaked them for a couple of minutes. I've soaked them a little bit longer than I normally would, to be honest. It's the closer to 3 minutes, and I want them to be really soft, and just what I'm looking for is I don't want to put anything there that's going to be spookable. I want them to settle on it, and I feel sometimes if you over soak them a little bit, they're not paste or anything like that, but sometimes when you over soak them, they can settle on them a little bit better. It might be just a confidence thing for me, but my thought process is it's a nice soft bait. They're going to suck that in. They're not, you know, it's really soft and easy to feed on, and I feel that it gives me that confidence. And then obviously we've got 4 hook baits, simple corn. I'm not going to hold them up, you know what corn look like. And then I've got some of these little Hooker 4mm pellets, and they're just normal soft 4mm pellets. And I can't remember what brand they are, to be honest, and they're just a halibut pellet. You could use expanders this time of year as well. I've not brought any expanders with me, to be honest, which we know skimmers, well, all fish love them, but especially skimmers, and that's what we're going to use today, is just those hookables instead. But a 4mm is about right for this time of year. I feel I wouldn't really go on to anything bigger. If I'm just sourcing out a venue like today, I want to have a chance of catching most things. Even a decent stamp roach will take a pellet, even a small roach will take a pellet. So what we'll do is we'll flick it back round. Hopefully we'll start to have some more fish, and yeah, we'll put a few more in the net. Right guys, into another fish. This one hooked on a little bit of the pellet. I forgot to say, I don't think, what I'm using in regards to the hook, and it's a Drennan carp match, size 18. Just a really simple small hook. It's a beautiful, beautiful roach, that. Do like a good roach. Look at that, absolutely thin, perfect. Beautiful little fish. Let's get him back. Right guys, I hope this has been helpful to you. Like I said, utilising that line in front of you is, you know, a really good line to try, and feeding it this way is quite a low impact and can get you a nice string of fish. I've had some nice silver today, and a lovely sized bream as well. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. Join us on the Facebook group at Angling For You. Join us on the Instagram at angling_for you. If you can like, share and subscribe. And until the next one guys, thanks a lot for watching. Tight lines.